Radio talk show host Chris Plant, National Chairman of the College Republican National Committee, Alex Smith. Thank you both for being here. I love it. Trump said in. Your generation, are you galvanized by the Republican field of candidates, and with Trump in particular, or Bush, or whomever?
I think that our generation is absolutely galvanized by the Republican candidates out there. We have such a diversity in our field, unlike the Democratic Party, which only has a few candidates.
So you're not offended by Trump?
Well, I will say this: if what Donald Trump was attempting to say was to be critical of people who come here illegally, then I think that that's something we can all agree.
He was saying that a lot of people are, MS-13 is here, 250 cities have criminal gangs that work coming out of principally MS-13. He's saying that there are 70,000 criminal illegal immigrants in this country have been turned back into American society by this administration. We know what he's saying.
Well, I mean, I think that
he said it inartfully and indefensibly.
We need to find a better way to say it, and if we don't think that, then we need to stop.
How about the way I just said it?
I think that's a great way to say it, and I think that, we need to start praising people for being more like Ronald Reagan, who was a great communicator.
Which one would you start with?
Which presidential candidate? Or
you said we need to praise somebody for being more like Ronald Reagan. Who do we start with?
I think that they all.
Who's most like Ronald Reagan?
I think each of them has qualities that could blossom into a Ronald Reagan-like figure.
Well done, Alex. Chris, the Donald, you a fan, or are you uncomfortable, or like Reince Priebus, who is a dynamic leader of the Republican Party, Mr. Electricity, he's known as, I understand. Do you think Trump should tone it down?
Well, I think he should pay attention to his phrasing, perhaps, that he's entered a new arena here, and it's a different arena than the one that he's accustomed to, and his brazenness has always served him very, very well, and in many respects it's serving him very well right now. You know, he lacks a couth, finesse, perhaps. He's got some rough edges when it comes to the arena of politics. But he's striking a chord with the American people, and I know you're hearing this also, Lou, and you're hearing it from your listeners on the radio, you're hearing it from a lot of people. He is striking a chord with people because he is I'll say no nonsense, because, we're on your show. He is no nonsense. He cuts right to it. What he's saying is from the heart. It's essentially the truth. And he doesn't sound like one of these politicians who holds his hands just so and refuses to use that word and uses that word instead. He's not polite company, but he cuts to the chase.
Yeah, the other thing here is, it's a question I asked Congresswoman Blackburn earlier, and I want both of you to respond, if you will, as well. Were you shocked, surprised by the U.S. Sentencing Commission, a bipartisan judicial commission, revealing 37% of the sentences handed down last year in our judicial system were illegal immigrants in this country? Did that shock you?
I think it's absolutely shocking, and I think that, where we can all start from a common place as Republicans is that we need to secure our borders. I mean, I think that having a country without borders is about as useless as having a coffee cup without borders.
The Republican president, the last one, George W. Bush, wouldn't do it. As a matter of fact, he wanted them open. In point of fact, he is one of the driving forces for this, right, Chris?
Well, it's true. He has a very poor record on, among other things, the border security issue. Right. I don't like calling it the immigration, the illegal inflow issue, right. President. But, look, President Bush has been gone for more than half a decade now. President Obama and the Democrat Party's entire philosophy is predicated on their race-based coalition, which, to a very large extent, they think is resting on the growing Latino vote, and they are pandering like nobody's business, and they don't care about the country. They don't care about the legal immigrants. They don't even care about the illegal immigrants. They care about the Democrat Party. Now, I can't say that George Bush was that cynical and that sinister when it came to his shortcomings regarding border security and other illegal alien issues, but the Democrats are really quite sinister and entirely self-interested when it comes to their behavior and their motives.
And meanwhile, whether Democrat or Republican, whether sinister or cynical, either president, the reality is our middle class is being sold out. Working men and women in this country are being sold out, and the border remains insecure. We thank you both for being here. Chris, great to see you.